Yeah. And reaching those high states, those different states of consciousness where you're aware of your inner primal impulses and how they can lead you astray. That seems to be something that I'm finding in Eastern spirituality, in meditation, being aware of my own flaws and how I sort of dupe myself with all this negative thinking and
Mhm.
identification with thought, and becoming practically a slave to whatever internally or externally that I'm experiencing, whether it's an impulse to do something, or it's somebody says something bad, or I don't get the job I want, and that just completely becomes my reality. And I don't recognize that that is separate from my own consciousness, that I can take a step back and not let it define my experience, right? That is something profound that I'm finding within mindfulness meditation. And
So I think you can do that with prayer. And I think that's
oh,
really the
okay.
purpose of prayer is that,
Right.
well, imagine that you want to engage in a practice that would orient you away from evil and towards the good. So that's your goal.
Hmm.
Okay, so you can ask yourself, and this is, I would say, this is a form of communion with your hypothetical higher self. And perhaps it's through that that you find your relationship with God, something like that, speaking psychologically. You ask yourself, well, what am I doing that's corrupt and stupid?
Mm.
That's a
Yeah.
prayer. It's not, oh, I wish I could find my wallet.
Hmm.
When you lose it, you don't pray to God to help you find your wallet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm making fun of it, but
Yeah.
but you have to ask the right question. Well, what's the
Hmm.
right question? How am I stupid and weak in a way that I could change? And then maybe you ask, well, if I don't want to change, but know I should, well, then you ask yourself, well, how is it that I could take a step forward to wanting to change? And so you can see, even if you only speak psychologically, you posit an ideal within yourself that you can commune with. And then
Hmm.
you ask that ideal to guide you.
Hmm.
Well, that will work. That'll work.
Yeah.
Now, it may not be unerring or infallible, but you'll get better at it across time.
Sure.
And what that
Right.
might mean is that God speaks more clearly to you across
Hmm.
time.
Right. But again, the absence of spiritual experience within Christianity and other Western traditions, that seems to be an interesting place we're at right now. So we've established that. So are you saying that in some ways Christianity and other Western traditions aren't fulfilling our fundamental innate spiritual impulses? Is that what you're saying? Because you seem to be, throughout
Well,
your
why would
various.
people be leaving the church? Like we see these
Yeah.
unbelievably impressive, magnificent cathedrals emptying. Well, there's
Right.
something wrong.